was just popping on here to see how everyone's doing. Hopefully everyone's having a productive week. Sometimes it's hard to get motivated, but we have to just buckle up and do it. I've been getting a bunch of beginner hula hoop orders. I don't know if that's you guys, but if so, I very much appreciate it. I'm super happy to see the new hoopers come into the community. It's crazy because like hula hoops are like the oldest toy in the book, right? But they've lasted the test of time for a reason, for sure. Because, and it's crazy, like when we were growing up with hula hoops, I always say this, you're limited by your mind. There are so many opportunities and just ways to do things that we don't always think about. But since I started hooping, that's definitely opened up my eyes to the possibilities. With a little creativity, a little hard work, and a little practice, we can do anything. So, like I said, it's lasted the test of time for a reason. And it just really brings out that nostalgic factor. Everyone loves a hula hoop. It doesn't matter what age you are. As long as you can shake your hips, you can hula hoop. And so many people say, oh, well, I can't hula hoop. I used to be able to when I was younger, but that's really just a tall tale, because anytime that you picked up a hula hoop in your adult life, it was more than likely a kid-size hula hoop. Kids use a smaller diameter because they're smaller, and it's a much faster rotation. So it's not that you can't hula hoop anymore, you just don't have the right size for your body anymore. That's the real issue. One rule of thumb, if you are in the market to purchase a beginner hula hoop, you measure from your belly button to the ground while you're standing, and that'll give you a good size as a beginner hula hooper. The bigger the better whenever you're first starting. The bigger the hula hoop is, the slower the rotation, and the easier it is for you to correct any movement. So that's just something to think about. If you are in the market for a hula hoop, bigger is always better if you're a total beginner. If you're looking for just like the waist hooping. But like I said, there's so many different tricks now. People don't just waist hoop for the most part. They'll do tricks on the arms, tricks on the legs, upper and lower torso. So there's really unlimited options to learn different tricks. So that's the cool part. It's real self-motivating for that factor. So if you're looking to maybe spice up your workout routine, a hula hoop is a good place to start. I always tell people it's like my dance partner. You don't even have to be good at it. You can literally like have your hoop in your hand, like jumping around, dancing. As long as you're getting your body moving, and getting up is the main thing. Just getting up, getting moving. Like I said, you don't even have to be good at it. You just have to give it the old college try, and you never know where it might lead you. I was never a huge like gym person, but once I found my hula hoop, I really started exercising regularly. At that point, at the beginning, you're gonna find a lot of motivation in like learning a new trick. Say like I'm practicing in the afternoon and I almost have the trick. You want to keep like that muscle memory, so you'll keep practicing just to nail that new trick, not because you need to put in the extra time. I don't know if anyone knows like how slow time goes by on a treadmill. It's like torture, literally. It's like torture. So that's kind of the beauty of hula hooping. It's fun, it's not real daunting, and anybody can do it, any level. It's a full body workout. You will probably use muscles in your body that you didn't even know existed anymore. So it is a full body workout, and then you can cater it to your needs. So that's another cool thing about it. And then you can always do it. It's right there at home. If you have one at home, you can do it if you have an extra 10 minutes in the morning. You can do it in the afternoon as soon as you get home from work. Just put in that 10 minutes, get the workout out of the way, and that's just another positive thing underneath your belt. You know, like I said, small changes make a big change eventually. So instead of being like, I'm gonna drop everything in the afternoon, go to the gym. Sometimes we go to the gym, we make all that effort, and then we don't even get a good workout in. Well, with your hoop, it's very easy to get lost in the learning process, which makes it much more enjoyable. It really does. And like I said, bigger is always better. I do have a lot of like workouts that I've done with the hoop on my YouTube. I did like a HIIT workout. We did yoga with the hula hoop. We did like a cardio session. So there are ways. Like I personally, I'll hula hoop in the afternoon usually for about 10 minutes. And then I'll add in a couple little workout moves after. I'll do like 3 sets of squats or some crunches, whatever, you know, problem areas you might have, you can kind of cater it to that. But once you have your heart rate up, then doing the exercises like the squats and anything really, like I said, depending what part of your body you're trying to target, that will be the most ideal for getting the heart rate up and then trying to do the exercises after. So that's kind of how I do things. Everyone, you know, has their own method, but I find that that works best for me. And it really isn't like, okay, I have to dedicate my whole afternoon to working out. Just like I said, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes will change your life. If you do it 3 times a week, you will see results, no question. No changes to the diet, as long as you're eating the same. If you add a workout 3 times a week, you know, moderate workout, it doesn't have to be anything crazy, you will see results, I guarantee it. And like I said, it's so cool. It's kind of like Dancing with the Stars. You know how everyone like tones up from performing every night. That's kind of what you'll see with hooping. You don't have to focus on a specific area. The body will naturally, everything will be used while you're hula hooping. So that's a big plus too. You have any like, or it will improve a problem area if you do have one, without any like planning or thought process or trying to do a specific workout for that body area. Like sometimes if I'm more focused like on my lower body, I will pay attention to my hoop routine and try to get things that get my legs moving. So like I said, it's totally customizable for your preferences, and that's one of the really cool things about it. And it's a happy workout, you know. I have been doing it for over 10 years. That's how much I have fallen in love with it. I hoop when I'm happy. I hoop when I'm sad. Sometimes like when you need to get something out, like pent up aggression, it works for me in that aspect as well. So it's nice to have something that you can turn to whenever you're feeling emotional or kind of crazy, just to like relieve some of that stress. You know how you feel after you cry, you just kind of feel a sense of relief? Well, hooping can do the same thing in a more positive aspect. So like if I get some really, really bad news, more than likely, instead of sitting there and sulking about it, I'll go grab my hula hoop and just kind of work it out, and it works for me. there's a lot of added benefits. It's not really all about physical. It is a lot of mental health that it helps. And it really just is one of the only places that I can go and just completely stop thinking, or like my mind stop racing, is when I'm in my hoop flow stage, is what we call it. It does take a while to get to your hoop flow, but that is one of the things that you have to look forward to if you do start. And of course it will get frustrating at times, just like anything that you're trying to learn, but for the most part it's a really, really enjoyable workout. And it'll also improve like your coordination. I understand physics so much better now because of like changing the direction of the hoop current and just a lot of things. So it's very beneficial in more ways than just getting a workout. So I highly recommend it to everyone, all different age groups. And I just think it's a very positive thing that we can do with a little bit of time we have. Time is so hard to find in such the busy world that we live in. So the convenience factor of having the hula hoop at your house and not having to do this big ordeal, like to get dressed to go to the gym, make sure you're presentable, or pack a gym bag before work, like it just makes things so much easier. And it's something that is easy to keep into your routines. You can literally do it at any time. A lot of people say that like doing a very easy short workout in the morning is good for your body, just to get your blood flowing and get things going. So sometimes I will grab my hoop if I have some extra time in the morning, and I'll get a little workout session in the morning with it. But I'm more of an afternoon hooper. I'll just put on some tunes. Music helps a lot. If I don't have music on, it's hard for me to like find my rhythm and find my flow. So put on some music, put on your favorite music, it can be anything, and grab your hula hoop and see what you got, you know? It will take time. It's an acquired skill naturally. You're not gonna just pick up a hula hoop and do what someone who's been doing it for many, many years can do. And then it's also a very like supportive community. Everyone, like, if you do start hooping, whenever you meet someone who knows another hooper, they'll want to compare you to them, like, oh, well, she can do this or they can do that. And that's not how we roll in the hoop community. We're very supportive. We learn from each other. We're not competitive in that nature, and it's very nice to see a group of mainly women come together and be so supportive and positive, because it is a place where naturally people can get competitive. There is, just like in life, there are comparisons. Sometimes people compare themselves to another hooper and get down on themselves, saying like, oh, I wish I could do that. But the way that you need to look at it is like, you can learn it. You can learn it. It might come more naturally to others, but you can still learn it if you put the time in. So that's one of the cool things about it. And if you do order from me, I hand make all of the hoops personally. I've been getting a lot of beginner hoops, which is awesome. I love to see the community grow and evolve. We're still an evolving sport. We learn new tricks a lot of times on accident from messing up another trick, and then the hoop just falls into place to develop another trick. So we kind of learn like that, which is cool. Sometimes a mistake could be your biggest success, you know, that's kind of a way to look at it. But we're still evolving. It's amazing to see some of the tricks that people make up. It's like, wow, it's really mind-blowing. If anything that you get from this video, go check out some of the hoopers and see what's possible and where you could potentially go to if you're willing to start your journey. And if anything, the hula hoops that I make, they're beautiful. The beginner hoops have like the sparkly tape on them, and they also have grip tape, which is more like a fabric. And the grip tape prevents the hoop from like slipping down, from sliding. So, and then also, whenever you're hooping, you want to have your skin exposed because it makes it easier. The hoop tends to want to slide down when you have certain fabrics on. So, if you have a t-shirt on, throw it off. Do it in your sports bra and shorts if you're trying to do any like leg tricks. A lot of times we are trying to learn how to like knee hoop, and we find little success because we're in pants. And what's happening is the hoop is sliding off of the fabric, like say if you're in tights. So if you're trying to learn how to knee hoop, you're going to want to put shorts on. Or if you're trying to learn how to shoulder hoop, you're going to want to have a sleeveless shirt on. So the hoop has something to grip onto. Your skin is like a natural grip for the hula hoop. So it's just something to think about whenever you're a beginner, especially. Sometimes we can't add all those things together and make it make sense. So just a little heads up. But like I said, it's worth a shot. It's the perfect time to start now to try to get ready for summertime, instead of just sitting there hoping that your body's going to change, because that won't happen without a little bit of work. Order yourself a hula hoop and start your hoop journey and see where it takes you. More than likely, it'll take you somewhere positive and give you some relief in the stressful world that we live in. So, like I said, I hand make them all, and we've been getting a whole lot of beginner orders, so it's great to see the community grow. And if you are a beginner, bigger is better. If you're trying to learn how to waist hoop, especially. If you're an adult that used to be able to hula hoop but can't anymore, it's not you, it's your hula hoop. More than likely, you're trying to use a kid-size hula hoop, and you're an adult now. So that's why you're not having success. So all you have to do is order a bigger hula hoop that is in the correct size for you, and that will change everything. And then I have a podcast that I watch in the afternoon, and a lot of times I'm just like being hard on myself and like, oh, you should be doing something, not just sitting here watching a podcast. But whenever the podcast is on, I'll just grab my hoop and do a little waist hooping, or do some tricks that I don't have to think a lot about, so I can still pay attention to the podcast. I do prefer to hoop to music over a podcast, but instead of just sitting down watching a podcast, you can just get moving. Like I said, even if it's like a commercial break, if you have cable or something like that. So there's ways to beat this silly world that we live in, where we're just usually sitting down on our phones. You can still get the information while being active at the same time. So it's really about getting creative and making your time work for you versus against you. Just like with the gym stuff. Like the gym stuff, it was always such a headache for me. I'm not much of a planner, so I'm not gonna have my bag for the gym packed the night before. I don't wake up early enough in the morning to give myself the time or the motivation. And then if you're going to the gym or plan on going to the gym, you know how it's always kind of in the back of your head, like, oh, I have that to do later. Oh, I have that to do later. That's something that you can avoid, is like that anticipation anxiety. So that's something that I get really bad. I don't know if anyone else gets any, like, just like waiting for something, having to anticipate it. It just gives me anxiety. Like I said, I don't know if anyone else deals with that. But you don't have to have that anxiety about, oh, well, I have to go to the gym after work. It's kind of like a daunting task. You can forget about it until you get home and decide if you feel like hooping or not. So I really enjoy that aspect of it for sure. It reduces my anxiety whenever it comes to working out. I don't have to think about it all day, like, oh my God, I have to go to the gym later. Like, whenever I decide to pick up my hoop, it's just like a moment of like, oh, what should I do? Oh, let me go grab my hoop and get a little workout in. Like, that's how easy it is. And most workouts, let's be honest, aren't that easy. So the convenience factor is unmatched, really. And you can literally do it like, oh, this is taking longer than I expected. Like, you can do it very passively, you know. You don't have to anticipate it all day or worry about it, which is a win in my book for sure. So if you ever have any questions about sizing, or if you want like a custom hula hoop made, just shoot me a message. You can email me at idreamofhoops@gmail.com if you have any questions, or you can always leave a comment on here and I will reply if you have any questions about sizing. And yeah, you know, it makes me happy to be able to make a product that is giving a positive outcome in this world. I have a lot of customers that say that they found their motivation to get healthy and to help their mental health, which is like really, really nice to hear. And it's something that you can keep with you for your whole life. There's one hooper, she's been hooping since like the 80s, and she's actually made a career out of it. Her name's Dion Love, and she is like the tutorial queen on YouTube. So if you are starting your hoop journey and you're looking for some good tutorials, Dion Love is the best. But she's been hooping, like she was on the rave scene in the 70s or 80s. So she's been hooping for, I don't know, 40 or 50 years. Like, that's really, really cool. Anyone can do it. It doesn't matter your age. You can be an old lady, or you can be a young lady, or you can be, we even have one hooper who's in a wheelchair. So like I said, we're only limited by our minds. There's so many opportunities that go missed, you know, just because we're not thinking outside of the box. And I always say we like to think outside of the box at I Dream of Hoops, because we make circles. We even ship our hoops in physical form. What we do is they come with a push button connection on them. So we will disconnect the hoop and coil it down like you would like a card or something, just to make it smaller for shipping. But it does come to you in a circle. So I feel like I have a lot of success with shipping, because the postman knows, okay, this is a circle and it can't be jarred. Every now and then I will get a damaged tube, but for the most part I have really, really good luck in that area. But USPS has been a living nightmare for me. I'm so sorry if you guys have put in an order with me and the hoop takes a while to get there. USPS has been taking on average sometimes a month to get the packages out, which is totally unacceptable. Unfortunately for me, I have to ship via USPS because that's the only affordable option, and it's still pretty expensive. To ship just one beginner hoop via UPS, they want to charge me like 80 bucks. Well, we can't do $80 shipping on a hula hoop. Let's be realistic here. So I am so sorry for anyone whose hoop gets caught in the mail. The good news is that they all do make it to their final destination. I've only had one of 8,000 hula hoops really get lost in the mail. So I will give credit there where credit is due. But I've been doing so much customer service, I say for USPS, because they're pretty much useless in that department. But that's my only option, unfortunately, because of the size of the product that I'm shipping. So I'm hoping that they get their stuff together, because I know that they're probably in a customer service nightmare as well. It just makes it really discouraging, you know. I'm hand making a product with love, and to pay USPS to ship my product and it not to be shipped, it's like, I'm not Amazon. I have 2 jobs. Making hula hoops is my side hustle, and I have a hard time keeping up with the orders already without having to go hand make, because all the hoops are made to order. They're all custom sizes, custom colors. So it's not like something I can just grab and ship another one of. Like I said, we are not Amazon. We are a small business. So it just makes it really difficult. Most of the customers are understanding, but still disappointed. And that's to be expected, you know. I feel the same way. Whenever I have a package coming via USPS, you can bet on it is going to take approximately 2 weeks, maybe more. I know that I'm not the only one that fights with the USPS system. My husband works in retail as well, and they've had to quit using them altogether just because they have such high volume that they can't deal with it, you know? So if that's something that you run across, my apologies in advance. But it is my only option to get the hula hoops to you guys in an affordable fashion. So, like I said, I'm hoping that things improve. Sometimes, like, they'll be really good for a couple months, and then it'll be really bad for a couple months. It seems like as soon as I get a few cleared and figure out a solution to the issue, then another 4 or 5 pop up. So it's like a never-ending battle, and it really sucks. You know, I'm just as helpless as the customer, because USPS is almost impossible to get in touch with. If you do get in touch with them, they'll just blow smoke, tell you whatever they have to tell you to get you off the phone. I've even had them like lie to customers and get caught in the lie. It's really sad that they do business like that. I've been in customer service for a long time, and that's unacceptable. But one lady, her package was delayed, and she got in touch with the post office finally, and the post office like, oh yeah, we have it right here. The dimensions on it are 9 inches by 9 inches by 1 inch. And she told me that, and I told her, I was like, that is based off of information that I put into making the label with USPS. So they were just pulling her leg, trying to delay, and it's really annoying, to be honest with you. It's like, I'm a paid customer too, and they just don't really care. Like I said, my husband is in retail, and it's a bigger retailer. So USPS will come and do meetings with him and ask him, like, what can we do to get you guys back on with us? And the way that you get people back on is to provide good service initially. You know, like, it's not that difficult. It's like, you guys have enough problems and aren't getting the packages that y'all have delivered. So focus on that instead of focusing on getting more customers. It's like you can't even deal with the customers that you have now. But that's any government run facility, unfortunately. If we all ran our businesses like the government, they wouldn't have any taxes to collect. But that's just, one of the things. It's kind of out of our control, so we just have to roll with it. But we should expect better customer service, and that should just be a minimum standard to provide decent customer service where you can get in touch with someone and figure out a solution instead of two parties in limbo, totally out of their control. So that's my little hiccups with USPS. But I have tried other ways. It's just it's not feasible with the size of my product, being able to ship it at an affordable price for me to ship it and for you to pay an affordable price in shipping. USPS is unfortunately my only option. And I just keep taking the blows and the hits, unfortunately, because I don't have another choice. I either ship with USPS or I quit making hula hoops completely, which that's not something that I want to do. I wish I could get them to you guys faster. And certain areas of the country, I find I have a harder time getting the packages to. But it just depends. Because they're odd shaped, like I said, they're circles. They might get like pushed to the side and in the pile that we'll get to when we get to, and it takes them a while to get to it sometimes. That's the only thing I can think. Or maybe they're not fitting on the conveyor belt at the distribution centers. But it's really been a total nightmare for me. So if you do order a hula hoop, just be patient, and don't order for me if you're in a rush. I'm always completely honest with everyone. I'm not like USPS trying to get more customers no matter what. I want to be honest with the customer, and like I had a couple people message me that they were looking to get a hoop for Easter, and I just straight up told them, like, I don't think I'll be able to do that based off of USPS's standards right now. They're just really slow, and I don't want to promise something that I can't deliver on. And that's how you do good business, USPS. Maybe y'all should take some notes from the little guys. How about that? And people respect that. It's like if someone else wants to yank their chain and tell them that they can do something that they can't, then that's their problem. But that's not how I do business. I like to be honest, straightforward, and give the customer a reasonable response, where not like, oh yeah, it'll probably make it to you for Easter, because that's what USPS estimated delivery time will say. So that's just, like I said, how I do business. I like to be as honest as possible and provide a good service or a good product where the customer is happy. And then that way you get repeat customers, you have happy customers, you have a happy business dynamic. There's just so many wins to good customer service, which is very, very hard to find in today's world. What even is customer service anymore? You're lucky if they treat you like a human whenever you walk through the door. It's just very sad. But that's my little tidbit for the day. I'll hop back on here later in the week and check on you guys and see how everyone's doing. And I hope everyone has a good and productive work week. And if you're thinking about starting a workout journey with your hula hoop, make sure you like and subscribe for more content. And if you have any questions about sizing, let me know and I'll be happy to help.